So, about a year ago, I made some predictions, and honestly, looking back at it now, these were kind of a little bit delusional, but I just wanted to kind of go over it, 1 year later, how did my 2025 CS2 predictions go? So, first of all, on our list, we have Nico Major, and um, if you guys saw the major already, Nico did not win the major. He went out on the playoffs and wasn't too happy. Was not too happy, I mean, to be fair, I don't think it was his fault. So you can't really blame it on Choco there. At least, maybe I'm misremembering, but I don't think he was like specifically like bottom fragging or anything like that. So yeah, unlucky. Maybe the Rifling King will get his chance another year. But second up we have Monazi Major, and of course they're on the same team, and didn't go too well. So then next up we have a big content update, and I put in a dash next to it, operation, and this unfortunately has not happened. To be honest, there has been like some like updates, nothing nearly as big of a content update as an operation, unfortunately. So right now we are looking at 0 for 3. Then next up we got Danger Zone, and unfortunately I didn't know this. I don't know if they like kind of announced it before this or anything, like before I made this my 25 predictions video, but apparently they're not planning on ever bringing back Danger Zone. So unfortunately, it's another thing, 0 for 4. Alright, I'm not looking too good. My predictions are pretty bad. Don't look at my major coin, alright? Alrighty, the next we got, I said the rest of the game modes. Now, actually, a big surprise, we actually did get retakes back in the Big 2-5. And honestly, that's something that you can be happy of. Of course, there's still a few game modes left over, like Flying Scoutsman, but in the grand scheme of things, I think retake was probably like the most played like game mode out of like the main competitive, you know what I mean? So honestly, that's a big win, Valve actually did something this year, which is nice. So, 1 for 5. Next up, like, this is a little bit delusional, but I wanted a new gun, and I did put in brackets more of a want rather than what I actually thought was gonna happen. Now, I don't think this is ever gonna happen, obviously. Like, I don't think we're gonna get a new gun. At least, like, no, no, it's just not gonna happen. I don't think we're ever gonna get a new gun. Maybe some AK variant, I think I said all that time ago. But, yeah, not gonna happen. Then, next up, I said I wanted better matchmaking in brackets comp and Premiere. When I made this video, we were still in season 1 of Premiere, okay? We I don't remember how long. I think it was like 2 years we were in season 1. But in the big 2025, we have had both season 2 and season 3. So, big turnaround for Valve. It's actually looking pretty good. Comp, now, like in terms of comp, I don't think anything has changed. It's honestly still a little bit, not all too great. And that's fine. I'm not too disgruntled about comp being not as great as it used to be, but it's whatever. Then finally, I said, let's have some better anti-cheat, and like I don't actually like know what's going on with the anti-cheat nowadays. It's not really too much talk about it, so I'm assuming it's either the same or nothing's changed at all. But I will say one thing: the bot problem, the bot crisis, or whatever you want to call it, has gone like pretty bad recently, at the very least. Or at the very least, people are talking about it a lot more. Personally, I've never hopped in like a deathmatch in Italy or like a hostage or whatever, so I don't actually know the extent of this bot problem. But I've seen some videos and it's pretty damning. Kind of reminds me of hashtag save TF2 back in the day, and yeah, that was pretty bad. But that's kind of all for today. Kinda just made a quick video. There's still like a couple more weeks of 2025 in December, but let's be honest, Valve is definitely not going to be releasing a new content update or whatever, alright, in the next few weeks. Let's just be honest. just kind of just wanted to talk about, just get a video out real quick because I haven't made a video in a hot minute, as you might have seen, and I kind of wanted to mainly, kind of touch on that here. So, life happens, and things get in the way, and I haven't been able to make videos a little bit out of laziness, a little bit out of the major happening, but, stuff was happening. Nothing like drastic, it wasn't like bad or anything, like I wasn't like depressed or anything like that, but, I was busy, so yeah, couldn't really get anything done. And I feel a little bit bad because I haven't had such a long break other than for exams, and I kind of said that after exam time, we're hitting the fucking content machine, and honestly, I haven't been hitting the content machine, and like soon-ish, like even going on holidays, there's maybe even gonna be less videos, and unfortunately, that's kind of how it goes, it's unfortunate timings, and stuff happens, you get busy, but yeah. One last thing I wanted to talk about, like, to kind of just to cap off the year. I don't know if there's going to be any more videos for the rest of the year, maybe like one or two at like max. But I was watching my video from, a whole year ago, my 2025 CS2 predictions, and I want to say, wow, what a hard fucking watch that is. I mean, maybe I could just play a clip of the intro here. But yeah, it is atrocious. I mean, like it is like a really hard watch, and the fact that like 100 something people watch that, I mean, wow, that's a fucking miracle. And I want to thank you guys. You know, yeah, during this like 4 week break, I lost one subscriber out of my 20, and I'm now at 19, unfortunately. But you know how it is, and that's kind of what happens when you don't post for a whole month and a bit. And anyway, so I just wanted to like say like thank you guys so much for watching me throughout this year. My last video, I think I'm the most proud of. The editing and effort that went into that. Pretty happy, and it got like pretty good amount of views, and I'm really thankful. Yeah, I think I've improved so much from the whole year, and hopefully I can improve even more next year and hit even bigger highs, maybe have lower lows, and I don't know, just get back to making videos next year hopefully. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to say. Thank you guys for such a great year. So fun, doing this. And yeah, so thanks for watching. See you guys maybe soon. Bye bye. Hey, forgot to say this, but just want to wish you all Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. In case I don't make another video, I already said this during the video, but like, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching and sticking by. It means a lot, and here's to another year. Bye bye for real.